Today we will discuss our treasures. I'm not talking about the kind that is found at the end of the rainbow or the kind that is on a pirate's map marked with an X. Good morning, I'm Pastor Ernie Lewis of the Blue Point Church in Sisney, Illinois, with your thoughts for Wednesday. When Jesus was being questioned by the Pharisees in Matthew chapter 12, and certainly they were only trying to find fault with him, he told them that the tree is known by its fruit. Then in Matthew 12 and verse 34, he says, "For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth good things. And an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart brings forth evil things." Wow, did you realize that there were good treasure chests and evil ones? Well, certainly, whenever the pirate finds the treasure chest, he breaks it open and finds golden doubloons and jewels. That, of course, is a good treasure chest. In mythology, there's a story of Pandora. And Pandora, unfortunately, opened a treasure chest that was a box filled with all of the evil and all the great curses of mankind. And even though they tried to put them back in the box, they never could. Jesus said, "A man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth good things." Now, how does the good treasure get into his heart in the first place? The old computer adage was GIGO, which meant garbage in, garbage out. If you put garbage into programming a computer, you're not going to get the right answers. You're only going to get the things that you put into it. And our computer is located here as well as here. And whenever we think about programming it, we have to think of passages like Philippians chapter 4 and verse 8, where Paul said, "Whatsoever things are pure and true and noble and just and of good report, think on these things." We need to concentrate on the good things in life. We need to meditate on God's word. And we must guard our heart and our thoughts from all the evil around us. That may mean that we need to change the crowd that we associate with. It may mean that we need to change the channel for the radio or the television that we're watching. Jesus said, "An evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart brings forth evil things." Don't you just cringe whenever you hear evil things being said, perhaps being spoken of others, or perhaps people just talking about evil things altogether? I cringe the most when they come out of my mouth. Have you ever noticed that sometimes we can be poorly influenced and not even realize it until we see it coming out in bad circumstances? You see, whenever Jesus talks about the heart, he said, it is from the abundance of the heart that man speaks. So shouldn't we be guarding the heart from every evil word and every evil thought? In 2 Corinthians chapter 10, Paul says, "Casting down imaginations and every high thing that vaunts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Jesus Christ." Let us seek to overcome evil with good, both in our minds, in our hearts, and especially in our speech. And if indeed it is from the good treasure of our heart that good things come, then let's guard the treasure chest, okay? Let's only allow those things in there that are good and lovely and true. And make sure that we guard our heart and our mind. Fill it with only the meditations of God's word that are good for our direction every day.